Hello everyone, welcome to another video with the E46 BMW behind me. And so today's video is a bit of an interesting one. So after my oil change that I did in a previous video, took the car out for a drive, and I noticed after about 20 minutes or so there was a bit of a vibration coming from the front driver's side. So I was really concerned about this. I was like, oh, hold on a second. And I was traveling on the motorway, well, due to travel on the motorway, and I was like, this is not the best time for me to get this feeling. And I just thought, I want to pull off the motorway and just check things over. As I did, I realized it was extremely hot on this side because there was a bit of a smell coming through. I straight away figured out that, right, my front driver's side brake caliper has seized. So that being the case, I was like, this is not good news. I got to do something about it. So I had to drive back home. I'm going to show you all the differences between a normal wheel versus one with a seized caliper. So this is the front passenger side, which, as you can see, it springs pretty freely. I can use just one hand and then able to move it. Coming over to this side, freaking hell, I didn't think it was this seized. And in case you don't believe me, now with the breaker bar attached, I'm going to try and see if I can spin this. And now I can finally free it a little. But that's just showing you all just how tight this is. Now there's nothing touching at the bottom, nothing like that. It's just clamped on to the brake disc. So what I'm going to be doing now is removing this side, removing the other side, changing the disc and pads on both sides, but changing this caliper as well. Now you can do a caliper rebuild, but I just thought for the safety and comfort of everything, I'm just going to get a new caliper fitted on. Now I've heard of this brand a fair amount, which is AutoDoc, and I thought I'm going to try out some of their stuff. So for this video, I'm going to actually be installing some stuff that I got from them. It's basically a Brembo brake discs and pads, and the new caliper as well. So I'm just going to unbox this now. Looks like they packaged things very well. Quite like that. So I got a Bosch caliper, got my Brembo pads, I've got a new brake pad wear sensor in case I needed it, and I've got my discs inside here as well. So I'm just going to go through the actual prices. So the discs was £67 in total. The brake pad set was £17.61. Brake caliper was £38, and the wear sensor was £6.09. So in total, this came up to £188.32, which I have to say is actually really cheap for the amount of stuff you get here. I think brake discs alone from a lot of other places will probably be that much. So I'm going to look at seeing if I can speak to them and get some form of a discount code that my viewers can use, as well as, you know, I'll leave a link for them in the description below. Yeah, lastly, underneath at the bottom is the brake discs, which I gotta try and grab out of here. Right, we got everything out that we need. So now what I'm gonna do is actually just take off the front wheels, kind of on with removing the brake caliper and discs and everything, and carry on with the rest of it. I'll go through a bit of a breakdown of the stuff that I am actually doing, but the main thing is obviously the upgrade with the discs and pads. So I'm going to also look at changing over the brake fluid as well, so doing a bit of a bleed through all of the calipers as well. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I've got to jack up the rear afterwards as well, so I might actually jack it up now, get that all done and dusted, so I can just focus on the work that I need to do. So everyone, what I wanted to talk about here was actually this little bolt, which I can't remember which T Torx bit it is, but taking that off before taking off the brake disc and caliper is really important to me, because when I did this on my sister's car it was so hard to do, so it was much easier just to actually do it while it's still on the car, before you take off all the caliper bolts and those kind of bits and pieces behind here. I think there's 16 mils behind there. But yeah, it's kind of good just to get this time to do it. Take off that front bolt and then take off the caliper, and then you'll be alright. So that was relatively hard work, but managed to get everything off on that side. The disc, as you can see over here, this is like completely battered. This is not good for anything. I would definitely not be reusing that. The pads, I'll show you all very quickly some of my discoveries. So this one, the inner side one, looks kind of okay until you see the corrosion just over on this side, just there. This one's interesting. So this is the outside one, so the part closest to the wheel, so it's got the flat part at the back. You can see a chunk missing just there. I got a feeling that's just broken off due to the heat and everything. So yeah, I'm very happy that I'm doing this now. So now I'm just going to take the caliper out of its box. There it is. Here is the seal of original. That looks pretty. That looks very pretty. Okay. Looks like it's got the same markings as well. So it says BMW 54-22. So I'm just going to go compare these. Let's see what else it comes with. It comes with the brake pad paste, 2 plastic covers. That's basically it. I'm gonna keep the box because I'm gonna put the old caliper in here, and yeah, it's gonna completely disconnect the cable line from there, put it onto here, and then I can carry on working around everything else. That was silly. I shouldn't have been wearing those gloves while doing that. I should have got some latex gloves on, really. So yeah, but the good thing is the caliper is now on there. I kind of got through it and I was like, damn it, why am I wearing the fabric gloves, because it's just going to get through and all onto my hands, and you know, going to ruin the gloves really. So now it's a good moment. I'm going to put the caliper into here. Looking at the old caliper, you can see the boot on it is completely battered. This has definitely seen a lot of pain in its time. So yeah, I'm glad I got this off. Now I'm just going to put this along with the disc and get the new disc on. Now with changing the disc, what I'm going to be doing is cleaning up the actual hub with the wire brush, getting the new disc out, putting that on, getting the bolt on. Hopefully it comes with new bolts for the 2 discs. Might be a good time to actually open the box. And along with that, then being able to put the disc on, copper grease things as much as I can because I don't like them getting seized on, and then just basically carrying up, bolting everything up, do the same on the other side minus the caliper change, and then bleed all the brakes, which is going to be another fun part. Hopefully I can get some help with doing that. If not, I'm gonna have to do it all on my own. So now let's open the boxes. So we've got the brake pads here. Gonna remove the seal. They look nice. Nothing fancy there. This one's gonna hopefully be a bit more interesting to look at. I didn't really go for anything crazy for the brake pads because the car's just not gonna see that kind of a track use or anything, or fast road use. But brake pads are much easier and cheaper to change than brake discs, and what I decided to go for was some groove discs like this. This This will just help with cooling and all of the bits and pieces. So cleaning the brake pads. So these little grooves, they in essence clean the brake pads, like they kind of slice a little piece off. So gotta clean these with some brake cleaner, put them on. The good thing is it doesn't matter which way you put them on, like which one goes on which side, because from what I remember, they're basically the same. Ooh, they look good though. And yeah, so brake cleaner, clean all these up and whack them on. So now that I've got everything kind of in place, so the moment I've actually been able to get the brake caliper housing on, now I need to just take this out. I believe this is the paste for the guides, so I'm going to leave that onto the side. Grab the Brembo brake pads. Just gonna put some copper grease on over here. Probably got a little bit too much copper grease on there. I'm gonna grab the caliper, get that one fitted on first, and just kind of place it here for now. Grab one of the other brake pads. I believe it's just these areas really that could get much connection to anything that could make some noise. But now I just gotta slide this forward again, pop this one in. There we go. That is now all connected up. Brand new brake disc is on, brand new caliper is on, brand new brake pads are on. So now I just gotta tighten up the rear bolts. So I'm just doing everything hand tight right now. Once I've done it all, I'm then going to look at tightening everything with the correct torque specs. So with this now done, here, which like I said earlier, I believe is the jelly, the white jelly that you use basically to clean these. So grabbing the guides, these are the caliper piston guides. Clean up all the debris that's on them, and then just apply a small amount of this. I'm not going to use all of it just on this side because I still have to do the other side as well. This part is kind of awkward to do because in essence you're doing it kind of blind. Let's go try and play around with this. Oh, it's so annoying, but it's got to be done. Right, so that's basically everything done. I'm going to tighten everything up later once I've done both sides, and gonna be just doing the brake bleeding then. So I'm gonna go do everything on the other side, same as I've done on this side now. So there was something that I forgot to attach on this side, which is this clip. So what you got basically do is kind of balance it here on the top and bottom, push in the middle, and then just slide it backwards. And that's it. It goes on. So that's it. It's all done. Got the caliper on. Everything. On the other side, I also had to add the brake pad wear sensor, which you just got to basically disconnect the old one, route it through, open up the box, and then put the other one in, which is basically similar to this box here. But now I'm gonna actually take off the rear wheels and start looking at bleeding all the brake lines. So it's gonna be fun. But the good thing is, you know, you want to make sure you got good brake fluid. This car's probably not had its brake fluid changed in a long time anyway. It's probably the reason why this caliper went. But regardless of that, it's a good time to do that. Ideally, you want someone else to help you. So I'm going to look at loosening up the valves on each one. I'm going to take off the rear wheels, loosen up all the brake bleeding valves, which is just on the caliper and the corners, and open up the bonnet so that I can actually fill up the brake fluid as I'm going along. So let's go with that part now. So everyone, well, I've changed my clothes now. The car is all finished and completed. I did do the brake bleeding off camera. It was a bit of a rush. My brother had to get back home, so couldn't really get on with recording it all while having him here. But this isn't the only car that I'm doing that on, so I'll probably do that in another video on another car. But this has been a good experience. I'm probably going to do a review on these actual brakes in the near future. Just, you know, bed them in a little bit and then just, you know, get some time with them and then hopefully come back and do a review on what the Brembos are like. So everyone, I actually wanted to update this video because, as I just mentioned there, I was going to do a review on the brake discs and pads after I'd had them on the car for a while. Now, I actually filmed this a while back, and the reason why I haven't uploaded it yet was because I was trying to speak to AutoDoc about getting a bit of a discount code. Not giving one to me just yet, but if there is going to be one, it'll be in the description down below. But yeah, at the moment, from the last I'll say 3 months or so of having the brake discs and pads on the car, they have been brilliant. I think that genuinely the only thing that's really letting down the brakes right now is not upgrading the the brake lines and upgrading the brake fluid. I did a little bit of a fun drive with the car and did notice a little bit of brake fade, and it wasn't from the discs and pads, it was purely from the fluid. So that's something to reflect on. They really do stop good. At the moment so far, you know, the miles that I've put onto them, they've been quiet. They do give out a little bit of extra brake dust, but given the performance increase from them compared to what I had on before, you do have to remember I did have the stock brake discs and pads on the car for about 8-9 months, I think, so far. So that's been quite good, but these are so much better. I think if you're going to go for fast road driving for the price range, AutoDoc done amazing. Hopefully if they sort out some kind of discount for me, link down below, that would be awesome. But yeah, I think this is a good spot to actually wrap up the video. So if you did find this video helpful or entertaining, or you just want to give me some support, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below on anything you think I could have improved on, and please consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content from me and the channel and other mods that I'm going to be doing, not just to this car but the other cars. The fleet is going to change a little bit in the near future, so watch out for that. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. So for now, peace out, bye.